I see her.
Hello, hello. Hold on. I am like way too blown out, y'all. How do I?
Let me go ahead and get us pinned too while you're fixing your lighting.
There we go.
Yay. All right. Let me get our pins up. Hello, guys. I'm excited. We have some people popping in. How is everyone?
All right. I don't know about them, but I feel fabulous.
Yay, I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Yes. So welcome, guys. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. So we have our next guest, which is Kara Winslow, and she is a fabulous makeup artist in Gainesville, Florida. So let people know a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, like she said, I am a makeup artist in Gainesville. I specialize in getting people camera ready. I had no plans of ever becoming a makeup artist, but the universe said, this is what you are doing. And over the past decade plus, I've had the opportunity to work with some amazing people on some amazing projects all over the country. And yeah, it's been amazing.
And it's been super fun.
Yeah. I have like
we actually have known each other. Some of you might not know this, but we've actually worked together on a couple projects, and she's done some fabulous kind of different circus kind of makeup on me before for some projects that I've done.
I've done some crazy stuff on you before. You things all over your face. I appreciate it.
Definitely. So you didn't know that you wanted to be a makeup artist the whole time. What were you involved in prior to that?
So I had assumed that I would end up running a Tony Award-winning regional theater. That was my life plan. When I started at about 11 years old. That's what I decided I was doing.
I love it.
You know, I was very driven. Yeah. I was in theater and film, and, you know, I was working full-time doing that, and was cast in a small independent film as an actress, and makeup artists show up. Next thing I knew, I stepped in because, you know, I was a girl who had always grown up with a makeup brush in my hand. Yeah. So, you know, I could do it. Next thing I knew, I was suddenly representing a cosmetics line on Home Shopping Network, and that film production had referred me to MTV, and things snowballed, and here we are a decade later, you know.
Nice. So what's your favorite style of makeup that you like to do on people?
You know, it's kind of funny because I love doing the creative things like I've had the opportunity to do with you. However, I don't get many opportunities to do that. I really specialize in making people feel like the best version of themselves, but not changing who they are. So often we see in a lot of the social media trend makeup where people are literally wearing basically a mask of makeup. It's not them. I want people to feel like themselves, but literally the best version. So of what I specialize in, I'm really big on sort of empowering women through beauty, but not changing them. But I also work with a lot of dudes who go on camera too, for television and things like that. And you know, that's always an interesting experience because either they freak out on me or they're like, you're gonna make me look better, so like fix this.
So how do you talk a guy who's not wanting to have his makeup done into giving in and just doing it?
You know, it's funny, a little bit of the batting of the eyelashes sometimes work. But usually when I explain to them some of the politicians, athletes, and Hollywood movie stars I've worked with, they go, oh, okay, like you seem to know what you're doing. And I'm like, yes, I do. I actually get more resistance from like certain women who like think I'm like somehow making some big statement against them by making them wear makeup.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Are easier to convince. At first they're very hesitant, but they like go with it.
Nice. So you were really lucky in getting some opportunities that kind of just I guess set the pathway for you. Was it always that easy, or in the beginning did you have a harder time? And then how is it like selling yourself and networking yourself?
It is. So like I say, my very first job as a makeup artist was MTV calling me out of the blue. Girls all the time ask, how do you become a makeup artist? And I'm like, yo, I don't know, because MTV called me and said, this is what you're doing. And I said, okay. So I was kind of like very blessed with that. And that set sort of a really high standard. When your first gig is MTV, suddenly those type of jobs call you because your resume suddenly becomes network television and things like that.
Yeah.
They feel confident in you. So I've been very blessed that because that was my first gig and because I worked on Home Shopping Network for a decade, it kind of set a standard. With that being said, it's not steady work. So I have to fill that in with a lot of other things like weddings, individual clients, things like and that requires really like focused dedication to networking and branding myself. And that's a full-time job in and of itself. And really running this like a business. It's not a hobby, it's a business. So that's really, you know, been key for me. People laugh because I'm like hardcore branded. I mean, I've got my 7 repeat here. I have my t-shirts, my pop sockets, my car is pink with my name on it.
I love it.
Totally not extra. Like it's totally normal. Not weird. But for me, it was very important to make sure that like, you know, like Nike, you see the swoosh, you know what it is. I want to do the same for what I do so that when you think makeup artistry in Florida, you think Kara Winslow. Because, you know, there's always someone knocking on the door trying to take my spot. I got to stay out there, stay front and center.
That's true. That's true. So if someone wanted to get involved in not just makeup, but in any business and they want to brand themselves, what is the first tip that you would give them?
So one of the big things for me is that it needs to be that's organic. You can't force a brand. I eased into it and sort of felt what worked and what people sort of thought I was. I didn't go in saying my company is going to be pink and sparkly and extra. That was not my plan. But all of a sudden everyone started tagging me in things that were pink and sparkly and all of this. I realized like, that's how people see me and see the brand, run with it. And that's how that sort of started taking over. I started being very strategic in like my branding merchandise, you know, so selfie lights because it made sense, you know, things like that. So it's really being strategic in what you do and feeling out what the community wants you to be and not trying to force something that isn't organic.
Right.
Makes
So
sense.
just stick to being you. Stick to what people are seeing you as, kind of take notes from that. Okay. And then how did you, you just kind of came up with the vision and you were like, okay, this is all the stuff that like kind of fell through and this is where I'm going. And what made you decide to do like a pop socket?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, like a pop socket is something that everyone looks at. And like, every single person comments on it. And I take selfies time for work. So the pop socket is strategic so that I can take the selfie, but then also when I'm taking the selfie, the person behind me seeing me take the selfie sees the pop socket with my brand on it. And again, in the other way, I've got the selfie light attached to it in the other way, and then there's the brand again. So it's wherever you get me, you're probably going to see my name. I'm really sorry for the world around me. Like that's just, you're going to have to accept this weirdness.
I love it. Those are really good tips. Definitely. So then as far as you said that you do weddings also, how would you approach someone that you are a makeup artist and you are available to do weddings? Is there tips that you can give someone?
So weddings and makeup artistry are sort of a weird thing. When I started a decade ago, most people weren't using makeup artists yet. Thanks to social media, the Kardashians, and HD cameras, it's now a pretty standard thing. When I started doing weddings, I went about it like I did working on a film set. I didn't know that a majority of makeup artists come in, leave, and that's it. So I built my business very differently than most other makeup artists. I actually stay with clients. It's a very luxury concierge service. And I am there styling them throughout the day. So at this point, you know, I have contact, like people find me. They find me through referrals from venues and photographers. And then I meet with them. And my packages are different from makeup artists. I'm not going to, like I say, like in and out. So you're going to pay more for me. So the clients I work with on wedding days are those who really value what the service is and want to make sure that they look their best in those photos that they're probably paying a lot of money for.
And you also have done some acting and theater and modeling yourself, correct?
Yes, that's how this all started. I was actually fortunate enough to appear on Home Shopping Network for 8 years representing the cosmetics line that I was eventually promoted to official USA makeup artist for. So that was like amazing to be on live national television for that long was pretty cool.
That's quite a while for sure.
So yeah, that was probably like the biggest regular gig. You know, I've done everything from theater to like apparently there's somewhere if you got training at Publix, you're gonna have watched a training video with me in it. I'm buying but they convinced me to buy the Publix brand.
Right.
So, you know, there's weird stuff out there.
Yeah, good figure. As far as makeup then, so you wear it pretty much daily, right?
You know, it's funny because everyone assumes that I do because it's my job, but I am comfortable without makeup as I am with makeup. Now, obviously, when I go out in public, I'm in full face because that's how I'm expected to be seen. But there are times where I'm just like, you know what, y'all, I am too tired with my on. Y'all just gonna have to deal. Because for me, it's important to be comfortable in your own skin. Again, the makeup is not a mask. So, you know, I want women to know that it's okay to go out without your makeup on. Now, don't really go on camera without it, but like go to Publix without it. Who cares?
Yeah, I love that. I have a ballet teacher that always used to tell me whenever you go out in public, always make sure you have your mascara on and your lipstick on.
Well, and that was my grandmother. My grandmother had a lipstick tube with her all the time. Yeah. Like, and the minute you were done eating, she put her lipstick on. Horrible. I put it on in the morning and then I never put it on again. And like, it's my job, but like, I can't remember.
Yeah, true. So how do you keep your skin so pretty and so clear?
One is genetics. You know, I have very good genetics in that way. My grandmother did make it to 102 and barely had a wrinkle. So
wow, that's amazing.
I'm, you know, lucky there. But you know, it's so important to take care of your skin and making sure that you're using healthy products. Actually, part of the reason I did become a makeup artist is on that set where they ended up referring me to MTV. Right. The reason they asked me to jump in and do makeup is I was doing my own because I'm allergic to so many products. Okay. I react to things hardcore. I get chemical burns. I break out in hives. My eyelids will shut down for 5 weeks because of a mascara. So I want to make sure I use healthy products, clog my pores, make me break out. That's really not, you know, what I want. Always washing my face, making sure I exfoliate regularly and use, you know, masks, lots of, at this point, you know, moisturizers and eye creams because, you know, I am almost 40. You know, don't want to look like I'm almost 40. And to be honest, there might be a little bit of Botox in there too. Don't tell anyone.
Top secret.
Totally top secret.
Is there certain brands of makeup that you prefer to use then, or do you prefer to use on your clients, or that you recommend to people that you can give a tip on?
For years, I used the brand that I repped on Home Shopping Network. However, unfortunately, that brand is not really doing a lot of the products anymore. So actually, I'm sitting here at my vanity, so I can actually show you. But I love Smashbox Primer, one of my favorites. KVD Vegan has some fantastic products. Love them. I have a million eyeshadow palettes because, well, what girl doesn't? But when it comes to, you know, primers and foundations, those are my two go-tos.
Okay, very cool. Thank you. Those are some great tips. You guys can check those out. Let us know what you think if you like them. And then also you had said, going back to your earlier years, as far as like opportunities that you've missed out on and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
So back in the day when I was in theater, I had the opportunity to work at Williamstown Theater Festival, which is a Tony Award-winning regional theater. It's where all the celebrities play during the summer. It's pretty amazing. And while I was there, I had two major opportunities that were handed to me. And because I was young and dumb, I missed out on them. One was I was working with the director of Rent, Michael Gray. And he said to me, when you graduate from college, I want you to come work. And I was like, okay. And networking and relationships. So I never got his business card. I had no way to reach him. And 2 years later, when I graduated, how do I get a hold of him? Like, there's no way. then the other one, I was there as a stage manager, and I was very like, well, I'm here as a stage manager. I'm not here as an actress. I'm here as a stage manager. And I happened to be working with this woman named Lauren Graham, who was on a little TV show called Gilmore Girls at the time.
No.
I had never watched it. It was some teeny bopper BS, and I was in college and like way too but she kept following me around and asking me if I was an actress, and I was like, I'm your stage manager. Like, why do you keep asking me that?
Yeah. Oh no.
Like, I don't understand. And I was an actress. That's the thing. Years later, someone convinced me to watch the show because they were like, you are that show. You know that, right? Like, you are like you belong on Gilmore Girls.
It is you.
Oh my God, it's totally me. I talk fast the whole night. So I started watching it. I realized that the season that was filmed after I was at Williamstown, all of Rory's friends were people who had been at Williamstown. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
If I had said yes, I was an actress.
Yeah.
Would I have been on Gilmore Girls? Where would my life be?
Yeah.
So it was at that moment that I went, okay, networking and building relationships
is
really important. Yeah. And when opportunity is offered to you from the universe, you walk through the door. Like when MTV called me and said, we need you as the head makeup artist, I had no clue what I was doing. Like,
but you said
no clue. But I said yes, and I'll figure it out when I get there.
No, I understand. It's because, you know, when you're younger, I kind of missed out on the same thing too, which not many people know, but I did get accepted to Miami City Ballet. And I was a senior in high school. It was a full scholarship. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I'll do it another time. I'm not really a ballerina. I'm more of a modern dancer now.
Right?
And then up with people. Yeah, up with people, travels in Europe, and I turned down a year gig of performing with them in Europe in high school again, and I didn't get networks either after that. I was like, oh, I'll reach out again, or they'll reach out again. Totally didn't have their information anymore.
That's the thing. And we think, oh, it's going to happen again. No, it's not. Walk through that door. You know, I think a lot of young people, we put labels. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. Well, that fits you. You know, and you always hear people say, make your 5-year plan. Well, I feel like that like literally keeps you from opportunities when you do that.
Yeah.
I'm never making a 5-year plan again. I'm going to be like, who's going to come knocking on my door? Because I'm going to walk through it.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good tip. Yeah, to just take that step, take that opportunity, and don't limit yourself and put yourself in a box.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers? Brad says hi. Alex says
Brad.
hi. Wedding cycle's on.
No, really, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is find what you're passionate about in life and make that your living. I grew up loving makeup. I had no idea that it could be a career. I had no idea opportunities it was going to hand to me. I am fortunate that now, because it's my job, it's not a job. I play for a living. And like I say, every time someone offers me an opportunity, even if I don't have a clue how to do it, I figure it out. I ask lots of questions and I do it. And because of that, I have had experiences that I just, you know, have blown me away. All based in Gainesville, Florida, which is super weird.
Shout out Gainesville. What do you want to be remembered by?
I think the biggest thing for me is I want to be, you know, remembered for making the world a more beautiful place. And it's not just about makeup and aesthetics like that, but the world in general. I do a lot of work with nonprofits. And that's like very important to me. I've had the opportunity to work with women who have been saved from sex trafficking and women and homeless. I've had the chance to go in and work with kids who are sick in the hospital, like really sick, like haven't left the hospital in months. And working with these women and children and watching them smile and cry for feeling beautiful for the first time is important. I also done work where I've raised money for lots of nonprofits, from breast cancer to hospice. And to me, that's what I want to be known for, is giving back to make the world a more beautiful place.
Oh, I love it.
I'm never going to be
so much
doing this, but
thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I can talk to you all afternoon.
Love it, girl.
Love ya. Thank you. Thank you guys. Love you all too. Thanks.